Hey guys, welcome to the weekend vlog. Today's is a little bit more of a serious thing. Earlier this year, my grandmother passed away, and she was so strong, especially spiritually. I know she was a rock and a prayer warrior for many of us, for all of us, really. Almost every life that she touched, it was changed in a way. She just had a caring heart. Man, like, it really sucks that she's gone. And I kind of wanted to just do a little, I guess, a tribute to her. So, Grandma meant the world to me, and you don't necessarily realize that while someone's here, but when they're gone, that's when you suddenly realize how much they actually meant to you. And let me tell you, she was very much, she'll tell you how it is. She didn't care if she hurt. I don't want to say she didn't care, but she was okay if your feelings were hurt as long as she told you how it was. She and a lot of the time people were scared off by that. I know even sometimes in our own family, I feel like that's maybe why the extended family maybe didn't want, stopped having gatherings and stuff. Like maybe they felt like, oh, she's just gonna preach at us or something. Or I don't know, right? But kind of makes you think. But then you have other people who loved that about her, who thought that people need to do that more, just call people out on stuff. And it was good. I mean, obviously when she does it to you, in that moment you're not necessarily happy with it, but later on, if you look back on it, you're like, she was right. Didn't matter what the situation was either. You could talk to her about anything and she would give you advice. And it was weird. It was like, I feel so much that the Holy Spirit was just so active in her life all the time that she always knew what to say. It almost didn't even matter. So she just always knew what to say, whether you in the moment agreed with it or not. The truth hurts often, and she was very much, she's gonna tell you the truth, and that was great. I mean, she cared for people so much. I know when I was around 7 years old or so, I had a rapid heart rate, and I had to go to Toronto for surgery on that. And I remember that based off, because I don't really remember that time fully, but from what people have told me and stuff, like, I refused to go there without her. She had never flown before. I'm pretty sure she was scared of heights. But you know what she did? She put up, or she just pushed through that. She was like, didn't matter to her. She came with me. She came with me and my mom. We went out for this surgery. And her attitude throughout her whole life, it was like, it doesn't matter because God's got me and He's got my back and I don't need to worry about anything. And so so the first surgery didn't work. So we had to do it again, but this time, shortly after that, like, Toronto had a huge breakout of SARS. So we had to go to Edmonton this time. So she comes with again, and like so supportive the whole time, and just, man, who does that, you know? Like I know most grandparents would do that for their grandchild, but I don't know, to me it just speaks volumes of just her character and who she was. And you know, my grandpa, her husband, he passed away like a few years before that, even, like actually 20 years ago. And he had a disease, he had cancer, I'll say it, and it took him way too soon. But you know, I just keep thinking, like, it sucks that she's gone. It's weird going over to that house because my aunt lived with her, and now she has the house. But so it's weird going over there and grandma's not there. But I just keep reminding myself that, you know, she's reunited with the two loves of her life, my grandpa and Jesus. And so while it's sad here, it's great up there, and she's like, as far as I'm concerned, her life is just beginning now for eternity. And man, I miss her. And so, speaking of my grandpa, like, I don't know if his character was much like hers, because I didn't get to know him, which kind of sucks. From what I've heard, sounds like he was amazing. Sounds like, you know, he had an incredible work ethic, which my dad learned from him, which he's tried to teach me. And you know, some of the stories seem like he'd be kind of not necessarily not so nurturing, but at the end of the day, I feel like he was a very loving person that I wish I knew. And like, dealing with all my anxiety and stuff, grandma definitely supportive, praying. I often feel like, oh man, would grandpa just tell me to suck it up and be a man? Or, you know, like, you know, what would he think of me? And I had talked to my grandma about that one time, and she assured me, like, he would understand, and he would support you, and he would love you. You know, anxiety and depression wasn't a big thing when they were growing up, and times change. And so I feel like, while he maybe wouldn't necessarily understand it, you know, from his life personally, I feel like he would have still supported and loved me, and my grandma reassured me of that. But you know what? So many people were touched by her, and just, it sucks, man. Like, heaven got an angel back. And I'm not just saying heaven to throw it around. Like legit, this woman, without question, is in heaven. I have no doubt about it. And I don't know what else to say. Like, she's just a big hole in all of our lives. It's unfilled now. And it leaves us something to look forward to, something to live for. I remember one time she when I was a child, again, she decided to dye her hair black. And my mom brought me over to her house to make cookies or something, and I guess grandma was babysitting me, right? Because my mom was going somewhere. And I remember seeing her black hair, and I was scared. Man, I had no idea who that was. That was not my grandma. It was, right? But I remember, like, clinging to my mom, like, don't go, like, don't leave me with this stranger. But they were like, no, it's grandma, it's grandma. And it ended up working out, and yeah, I don't think she ever dyed her hair again after that, though. But Yeah, one of my favorite memories, other than her coming with me to have surgery, would have to be that we were in the city, and we went to Burger King for lunch. That was kind of a treat. Like when we'd go to the city, like Grandma would take us to Burger King because she loved Whoppers, man. Oh, she loved Whoppers. And anyways, there was a guy who parked in the parking lot, and obviously, and he was parked over the line. You know how some people do. I would have never expected Grandma to say this, but she says, "What kind of nerd parks this way?" And me and my sisters, we just break out laughing. Like, it was so funny. Like, we never thought Grandma would say the word nerd. Like, it was so great. I'll miss her, man. And I think it's good to miss people because you hold on to those memories. So as much as it hurts, I don't know what's with me. I guess at this point in my life, I just try to put the negatives, turn them around into positives. So even though it hurts and it's sad, you gotta remember the good times. And Grandma, anything that I do, whether it's making these videos, music, the way I live my life, I want you to know, like, I'm trying to keep God first and everything first of all, and I'm trying to keep your memory alive through what I do. Whether it's just for me or something like this. I love you, I miss you, I can't wait to talk to you soon, and yeah, I love you, Grandma, and we miss you. We're looking forward to seeing you again. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know it's not necessarily a video that you want to watch on your Saturday or whenever you're watching this. I know something like this isn't necessarily what I would want to watch either, but you know, we all go through stuff like this, and we all need someone to help us through this. So if that's you, I want to encourage you, cling to those good memories. And if you don't have good memories, I don't know, just miss that person with all your heart, and if anything, be a better person for that person, is I guess what I want to say. Thanks, guys. I'm sorry if this isn't what you wanted to see, but if you did watch it, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'll see you guys on Monday. Bye.